And to tell us more about this, Seung-yeol, senior researcher at the National Assembly Research Service, joins us in the studio today. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, pleasure to be here.
All right, so with the final touches being made to the summit preparations, first of all, what came out of yesterday's working level talks?
Working level talks is to decide of the live broadcasting to Kim's crossing border and to leaders of the to Korea's shake a hand with each other. It's very important to event. Yes, because of the Kim Jong-un is the first North Korean leaders to join to step on the soil of the South Korean territories since the Korean Wars.
Right.
The 1953.
All right. Well,
Yes.
North Korean leader Kim Jong-un's wife, Lee Seung-yeol, has been kind of accompanying her husband recently to various diplomatic events. So what can we make of that?
This is, I think, Blue House is already announced of the Kim Jong-un is accompanied with his wife, with Lee Seung-yeol, because I think it is his style to make to be his country as the normal state.
Right.
And so I think it's South Korean government also prepare state visit process as protocols to visit of the North Korean leaders. And I think this is very normal state. It's a very good choice to make friendship each others.
So it wants to be recognized as a normal state,
normal
not
state.
only to South Korea or to the U.S., but most likely to the rest of the world, right? I mean, that's why it's probably been promoting a lot of cultural exchanges too recently.
Yes, because of the Kim Jong-un is educated from the Western countries in Swiss, so he look at this different. As the previous is his father and his grandfather. So he regards these countries as a normal state is a very important issue for him. Yeah.
All right, especially when the U.S. has been kind of pointing the finger at North Korea, saying that it's a terrorist country with nuclear weapons.
Yes,
and such.
but he worked with the equality with the United States and the South Korean president too. They are always accompanied with his wife and his first lady. He also follow them.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. It's a kind of symbolic thing, I guess, too. Now, will we see the leaders of the two Koreas, though, talk to each other directly over the hotline, which was established on Friday, last Friday? Do you think that will happen before the summit this Friday?
Maybe because it's the installation of the hotline was originally designed for some kind of the emergency situation to cope with the emergency situation, but the agreement was some agenda is very good now. So there is no need to connect each other to hotlines. I think it's unlikely to be connected before the summit talks. Because this agreement is going well now.
But originally they did have the goal to kind of have the leaders talk to each other directly before the summit because it does carry a symbolic meaning too.
But very is not planned.
No.
Because I think it's after summit talks they are to be make a friendship and then it's very freely to connect. Every day call each other.
Every day, we'll have to see about that.
I hope that's
Okay, so it'll be more likely a regular phone call, I guess, between the two leaders after their summit.
Some kind of needs they calls and to talk about each other's and to make a prepares something to be better. It's very good signal to them, for them.
Because especially considering that after the Inter-Korean Summit on Friday, we have the North Korea and the U.S. Summit coming up. So obviously it's important for them to talk to each other.
Good is each other to help to each other to make continuously keep touch with to everyday call.
All right.
Answer.
Well, now we know that, kind of going along with that, we know the high-level talks were originally set for April 20th, but it was canceled. So do you think it was because the two Koreas are already feeling very prepared for the talks and don't really feel the need to hold another session of high-level talks?
I think, as I says, this means all processing is very good. There's doesn't need anything to send up the high levels envoy or high levels talking. Yes, because I think this agenda is maybe is very good constructed to in North and South is each other's. I think there is no problem, and there are no issue to prepare for summit talks.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, it definitely seems like things are speeding up in a sense of dealing with, I guess, security issues and media and protocol with the summit itself. But what about the agenda for the summit? I mean, what can we expect on that front?
There's very big importance of three agendas. There are three agendas. First of all is the denuclearization processing, and the declaration of the end of the world. Right. And the agreement of the peace treaty is a very big, important issue. I think it's in the South and the North Summit talks, and will be confirmed to North Korea's willingness of denuclearization and the two declaration and of the as the words and so the necessity of the peace treaty in the Korean Peninsula is, and then two, they want to connect with the North and the U.S. and the summit talks. Right. This summit talks is very important, more important to there as I think is the determination. As in this South and North Korea's summit talks, and we need a confirmation of this agenda, and then as the North Korea and the U.S. summit talks in their determination of this agenda is very important. Right. I mean, considering that just months ago, the U.S. and North Korea have been trading threats of war. Yes, very deeply is connected with these two summit talks. All right. Well, they're very interconnected. I mean, it seems more. But now North Korea has announced before its plans to dismantle its nuclear site, nuclear atomic site at Punggye-ri. So it seems that two Koreas have really gotten closer to discussing this denuclearization issue in depth. Yes, this is the importance as a measure to make a good signal, the good agreement in North and South Korea's summit talks. And North Korea is declares of the stop all nuclear and missile testing and cross the nuclear facilities in the Punggye-ri. I think this signal is to talking about to the U.S., the Trump administration. We are ready for any kind of this nuclearization, and we are talking with them more deeply as consensus from with you. And I think it's very good signal, and it's very good help to make a good consensus in the two summit talks. It seems that North Korea is determined to show that it is serious about denuclearization, even to the U.S., and it's not just talking for the sake of talks, like Trump said. But this is the first step, because it's, the process of the denuclearization is very long steps. Right. For example, is the first step is the freezing, and the second is the notification, and the third is the verification, and the last the dismantlement of denuclearization. So just North Korea is just the step on first step. This is very important, but still, there's a long way to go. Right. Just the beginning, and the long time, long obstacle is hide in the ground, underground. You know, some people are saying that though this process should be, I guess, wrapped up within President Moon and President Trump's
period in time in office. So what are your thoughts on that? Do you think that's possible even?
No, I don't think so.
No.
But this is the respectively independent reasons to there are some work in the South and the President of Moon, and there is some work is the President depend on the President Trump administration. So I think is more important is how to cooperate with this issue to both is the President.
All right.
And how can they cooperate with to make a denuclearization of North Korea, and how cooperate with some sharing of this agenda or some goal.
Bilateral
cooperation is very important.
Okay. Now, aside from that, the acting U.S. Assistant Secretary of State for East Asian Affairs and East Asian and Pacific Affairs, Susan Thornton, is in Seoul to meet with some of the officials to discuss policies regarding North Korea. So, what might have come out of their meetings there?
I think it's. The U.S. also is recognized of the importance of the previous talking because of this inter-Korean talks and this U.S. and North Korea talk is very connected with this. So as a sharing role, role sharing is very important.
Right.
And I think is the U.S. government also want to listen what is strategy of the South Korea to deal with the North Korea, and then is the U.S. government also suggested as the South Korea never do over the exceed of the some kind of deadline, because of the for example is the sanction problem is depend on the U.S.
Right.
Yes, right. So is South Korea never do touch this about this, and then is the normalization of the relationship between the U.S. and North Korea.
Right.
Is very important, and so inter-Korean agreement never over this beyond of the sanction. This is very important also.
All right, sanctions is kind of in the area of the U.S.
Yes, very important to make deal with the North Korea.
Okay, well, North Korea is suspending further nuclear weapons development, is said. So how might these recent developments on the Korean Peninsula affect the upcoming Trump-Kim summit, which is likely to be held sometime in May or June?
Yeah, I think it's North Korea did some kind of previous measure for stop the all nuclear test or mistesting.
Right.
And the South Korean also do something is to pulling down as to abandon, as to move out as of the loudspeaker.
Oh yeah,
in the
they turned off the loudspeakers for propaganda broadcasts.
Broadcasting. And so I think it's very important to move to make pave way to the we can go smoothly in the to make a deal with the bilateral cooperation. So I think it's
positive.
We need some this coming is South and North Korea summit talk is very I think is very well going well, and we need more next stage.
Okay.
To what to do to continue this environment is going well, and with the how to connect with the this agenda to some kind of agenda of the U.S. and North Korea's in the summit talks is very important.
Right, definitely a successful outcome from this Friday's summit between the two Koreas will affect the Trump and Kim summit.
Okay.
But thank you so much for your insight today.
Yes, thank you.